Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Secret Warps, Part 1 Annual of the Sorcerer's Supreme. Dude, what is this? What is this? I tried. I swear to God, I tried. I thought, they're going to bring them back for a freaking annual, these throwaway characters. They started off strong, made me think this is a universe where all these things can actually exist. They have zero interest in telling a story. They're more about throwing in a bunch of stupid amalgam characters, and I didn't care about those, and I don't care about these. No, not even Darkclaw. So you know exactly where I'm going with this. Anyway, dude, there's two parts to this story. The first part is Act of War, written by Al Ewing, man. Al Ewing. The art is by Carlos Gomez. The color art is by Carlos Lopez. VC's Travis Lanham does the letters. The second part is Symbol of Liberty with Mark Waid writing. The artist is Alex Linz. The color art is by Eric Arcianega. The letters are by VC's Travis Lanham. Cover art, Carlos Lopez and Edgar Delgado. Variant cover art by Carlos Pacheco, Rafael Fonterez, and Nolan Woodard. This is such a freaking waste of paper, man. If you like this, you like this, okay? And like, I'm not sitting here trying... Like, if I don't like a song, I'm not going to call you stupid for liking it. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with a comic book. If you dig this story, if this is what you happen to be into, cool, man. Cool. But this just does nothing for me. I mean, like, the first page starts off so strong. I'm thinking to myself, oh no, I'm going to wind up liking the Secret Warps. They decide to rein this in and make this awesome. Instead, no. The first couple pages are kind of cool, but instead they keep on going back to, like, oh, the Fantastic Two, they're a warp of... Yeah, we could see what they're a freaking warp of, okay? Plus the way you name a lot of these characters, we can tell what they're a warp of. They start talking about Sigurd, that's the Tony Stark and Thor character. Like, he's the gloomiest person in the world. And the Captain America Doctor Strange guy, the Sorcerer Supreme, the Soldier Supreme, he's like, back on the higher plane, your two personalities are actually the biggest party animals in the world, but you yourself together are the gloomiest person ever. And it's like, wow, that's actually a really good way of looking at this. Yeah, I like that. I actually really like that. And there is not a single cool page after this, man. Like, they get it. They're just so much more interested in telling silly stories like Ulysses Klorb. This idiot. I'm sorry, so you've got Claw, Ulysses Claw, right? The comic book version, made of solid sound, and the Orb, which is a giant eye, but here he's just a giant ear because, he's made of sound. That's where I stopped reading the book. That's where I just completely stopped reading the book and I just started flipping through and looking at the pretty pictures. Because the art in this book, the first part and the second part, it's all gorgeous. And the idea of trying to make these characters, like, let's be realistic, okay? Some highfalutin writer comes along with a lot of, awesome credit behind their name. Obviously the second part more than the first part, but still... Both of them, great writers in their own, and they're like, oh, here's this great idea, okay? We're going to combine Ulysses' Claw and the Orb, but instead of a giant eye, he's a giant ear. So you got to draw the ear canal and do all this, And these poor artists who are thinking that they just get to sign up for a comic book and they get to draw some cool characters like Captain America or Iron Man, you know what I'm saying? No, instead, it's like, yeah, I have to figure out how to draw a body that looks kind of like Claw, but with an ear for a head. The only thing these books are doing, and like this kills me about it, man. This kills me about it because as you flip through the book, you just see it so prevalent, so more and more and more. That's all you see. It's just these. Where's a good page of one of the ones that I saw? It's going to be way behind me, right? Look at this. Look how wrong this is. Baron Zemo and Umar. you know, the sister of Dormammu. That's just wrong, man. That's just wrong. I don't want to look at Baron Zemo's freaking Baron, what do you call it? His caped cowl, disgusting covered head with those boobs. I'm just saying, man, like, that's just wrong. That's just wrong, dude. It's not even right. But there's other pages on here. Damn it. I know they're here. Look, they just got, like, they just keep on throwing in all these different characters. They're literally just throwing in as many little silly characters as they possibly can. Like, oh, look at all the cool warps we have. Look, we're combining all your favorite characters. Oh, it's actually on the same page with the stupid ear. This thing. Like, all you're doing, they just keep on doing it. They just keep on throwing in all these silly little warp characters. Okay, enough already. Marvel, I've got a great idea for you. This is clearly all you're doing. Save some money. Get rid of Ewing. Get rid of Wade. You don't need these two guys. You're paying them, all this money. You don't need these two guys. Hire the artists and just say, hey, go crazy, and just show a little picture book of all the different warps. That's all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? And you don't need anybody to actually write the story. Because there is no real story here. There's no real story here. It's just a big joke of a bunch of stupid, mashed together characters. And they're like, here, look, they're doing things. Sometimes I like to go to the park. Just sit down with a bag of seeds. Not bread, seeds. You can go to a freaking store and buy wild bird seed. And just go there with the kids and just sit down and watch the duck and the geese and just toss out some things. Every so often you get some that get really brave and they start to trust you, and you just hold it in your hands. They come over and they just peck it out your hand and whatnot. They're not sharp, so it's cool. And it's fun just, sitting there and, you watch these ducks walk and, they just look so funny. And every so often they'll turn back and they'll quack at somebody behind them. It's like, oh, cute. You know what I'm saying? And then the geese, and, it's like, watch out for the poop because they're everywhere. And it's like, it's fun just watching them walk around. And that's pretty much what this comic book is. It's just a bunch of colored characters. Like, they're very colorful. And they're just like, that sounded bad for a second, didn't it? And they're just walking around and flaunting their feathers. And every so often they'll turn around and they'll quack at somebody behind them. This is the most useless comic book this year. Congratulations. The most useless comic book. You know what? I'm more interested in seeing Underarm Deodorant Guy than I am in seeing this stuff. I'm not getting part 2 to this. I'm not getting any of this other stuff. Like, I try to be there for you guys and whatnot. Consider this the warning, okay? If you like this stuff, that's awesome. That is, like, genuinely, this appeals to you. But there is nothing comic book worthy to me in this book. It's the most useless thing imaginable. But hey, have a good day. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.